So this was my first semester at the University of Kentucky, and I took CIS 112. My favorite thing about the course is probably the transparency of the assignments. Everything was very clear, understandable. I liked that about the course, and I liked that she gave the option to attend virtually or in person on most days. There were some exceptions, but I like that option definitely because COVID is a huge thing, and for some people, getting to class can be a problem. For half the semester, I had this class called UK 101 that was right before, and so it was just kind of a lot to go get up and go there in person. So I was able to attend virtually, which I liked. My least favorite thing about this class was the heavy penalty for late assignments. There was a couple times. One of the times I just honestly it was laziness, and I just didn't check Canvas, and I ended up getting late on something that I just missed without even noticing it. That was my bad. But a second time, I got confused by the due date because I think it was due at 11 a.m. and I'm used to seeing things due at 11:59 p.m. Or it was probably the opposite. I think I was used to things being due at 11 a.m. for this class, and I saw it due at 11:59 p.m. But I just saw the 11 and assumed it wasn't due until the morning, and that cost me 50% off of my grade, and it was kind of a big assignment, which bumped me down, but I managed to make a comeback from it. So I would say some of my advice would be turn in everything on time. That's my biggest advice for this class is turn in everything on time, and then really focus on your op-ed and your TED Talk. Those are your two biggest assignments by far. Then there's the podcast, but those went pretty naturally. I had a good group, and I didn't find that to be too difficult if everyone chips in and does their part. So the biggest challenge for me was, I would say, turning in everything on time, and just keeping track of all the different assignments, because it's a lot of assignments, but it's sort of broken down to where it's not too much to handle. It's a pretty good amount. You just have to make sure that you're really getting everything in on time. So I quickly learned that it's good to check Canvas as many times as possible. I check it like 2 or 3 times a day at this point. It's just something I do by habit to just make sure that I know everything that's due. So I would say check Canvas a lot, make sure you're getting in everything on time. So the big picture lessons that I'm going to take with me are lessons on how to defend your argument, how to present something in front of a group of people, and how to work as a group, like I did for the podcast. So those are some of the most important lessons I learned from the class. The pandemic, I don't think, has affected too much for me. Like I said, I actually enjoyed attending virtually most times. I will say that it's a little bit easier for me to learn in person, but I still think I learned good virtually. So the pandemic has not affected that much.